Hello, everybody. Hey, it's the day after Christmas, and I hope that you had a wonderful holiday and that you're going to have a great one for New Year's. We had a fantastic holiday, and I hope that it was a safe one and a good one for everybody out there. Now, though, it's time of the year to start thinking about peak season. I mean, a lot of you, I'm sure, are thinking about peak already. We have a lot of people that we're working with that are thinking about peak, but this most important thing right now is talking about how to construct your marketing plan for peak 2022. And look, I'll do the whole thing for you, January through June, and it starts at 950 for 30 days. And if you want, you can have a free consultation. And as you can see there on the screen, that my marketing work has been going on for years. And one of them that I like to talk about is Howie. And I worked with Howie and his team on putting the selling and marketing campaign together for the Deal or No Deal game at home game that was out. Oh, this has got to go back. Oh my gosh, this must be 20, I guess 20 years ago. I can't remember. Anyway, but so my question is to you, do you want your marketing done the right way for peak 2022? And that's why I say, is it a deal or no deal? So let me switch over to some specifics for you so you know what we're talking about. Um, anyway, you got peak 2022 is, getting your marketing set for it is outrageously important. It's, I was trying to think of a better word, but critically or vastly important, whatever. But peak 2022 marketing planning is very critical right now because what happens a lot of times is people will start planning in February. I can't tell you how many times I get people in January, February, they'll come to me and say, "Okay, I'd like you to help us put together our marketing," and that's terrific. The more the merrier for me. I love the tanning industry. I've been in it for a lot of years and I love working with people on it. But gee, January and February gets a little crazy. So we're working on it now. And now through the first couple of weeks of January, we want to have everything set. So by about the third week of January, if not the second week of January, we're really out there going after market share. So if you need help and ideas to sell your tanning packages and products, I've got the entire season you should focus on for 2022 already planned for you. And I've told you what my charge is, and I'll throw in a month of unlimited consulting. So not only will I work with you on your promotions and your advertising and your marketing, but if there's other things associated with it, I'll work with you on that too. For example, on EFT building, uh, done lots of EFT plans. So, just let me know if you want some help with that, and that's what I will do. Um, so what happens is I give you a marketing PDF that'll show you all of 18 events that we're planning, and you might have some ideas, and maybe we'll make it a couple more events too. And that's designed for market share capture because really that's what you've got to think about right now. Your competition has been thinking about it for some time. If you haven't, believe me, your competition has been thinking about it and they're already set, ready to go. So don't plan to fail. And what I'm saying here is if you don't successfully plan, you're failing to plan, as they say. Failure to plan is planning to fail. And so what we get sometimes, it's kind of like when people come to us to help them with their HR issues, and it's kind of in a panic mode because, and that's a whole different webinar talking about staff, and I've got lots of those on YouTube that you can look at, where it's a panic mode, and now what do we do because we're down so many people? So that's when we get into trouble, is we do things under panic instead of planning it. And you know, marketing, panic marketing limits your audience and your results. So you got to plan now. If you haven't already planned, plan now. This week between Christmas and New Year's, I'm going to be busy just about every day, but love working with people, and a few more is not going to be that crazy. So, so just focus now. You've got to get ready for your marketing. Some critical pointers for success is to focus on marketing membership sales. That's what you'll see in my plan that I put together is from about the beginning of February through May, we're focusing a lot of our thematic promotions on memberships. That's key. I think if you've been in this business for a while, it'll be 32 years for me in June, I believe, of 2022. I think it's 32. Anyway, if you've been in it for a long time, you know that memberships is where it's at. I still have people that come to me, and I'm glad they do, that don't like selling EFTs or think that their customers are not going to want to be interested in EFTs. And I turn them around quickly by showing what the benefit is for the customer. So you got to focus on motivating membership sales, and then focus on promos that generate traffic. You need feet in the door to grab that market share. And maybe the most critical months of the year in marketing planning is January and February, because this is when people now are into the market looking to get a tan and maybe to escape some of the blahs of winter or whatever. So market share is real important, because once you get it in February, you probably hang on to it for the rest of the peak season. Peak season last year, as you know, was crazy, and I'm going to show you some numbers here in a minute. But the other thing to talk about is keep your salon in the eyes of the tanners consistently throughout the season. That's why I put these thematic and value-added promotions together, because you want to keep your customers' eyes on you when it comes to them thinking about tanning. So what can I expect if you're somebody that's reading this or watching this? You're saying, well, what can I expect will be my 2022 promo revenue increases from John's peak season marketing campaign? So we're going to talk about that in just a minute here. But with my plans for your salon, you could see a 20% or more increase in January, February sales alone. And it could be a lot higher. This year, in 2021, we saw enormous increases, bigger than 20%. But remember, when I'm talking about 20%, I'm talking about a 20% increase on top of what you increased last year. 2020, we don't even talk about that because that was such a whacked out year with COVID. But you're looking at a big increase. Okay, so here's some sales goals to think about. And I want to share these numbers with you, because these are numbers from our system-wide over probably close to 400 retailers or retail outlets, rather. So look at what I'm talking about here, 2019, and then expectations for 2022. I didn't put in 2020 in there because 2020 was COVID, and 2021 we still don't have all the numbers from. So I'm going to go to 2019 and show you what I'm talking about. And so some of your goals in your marketing is for EFT percent of total revenues. We got in 2019 about 53% of revenues were EFTs, and that's what you want. You want more and more EFT revenue. More and more EFT revenue increases visits by your customer, and increased visits increases the opportunity to sell more lotions and to resell more tanning packages. It just EFT percent of total revenue is critical. 2019, we were at about 53% overall of revenues. 2022, I'm guessing it's going to be 56%. You get to a point where there's only so many people you can sell EFTs to, but I think a lot of the industry is yet a ways away from that. Now, here's something that's important, and what we're trying to achieve with marketing is that in 2019, the average EFT draw was $58. We're looking at that more than that for 2021. I'm going to guess we're going to be 60 or more. So modestly, I'm saying it should be about $62 for 2022. And that is incredibly important, because if you've got an EFT, someone that is on it for only 3 or 4 months, you're taking in plus lotions well over $200 per customer on that EFT. And that is a critical number. The industry average for people that come to us is somewhere around 140 or 150. So EFT average draw is important. I'll help you with that. Now, what we've got is we've got a couple different approaches we use on EFTs. We market for a 3-month or a 6-month. You can see what the average was in 2019. It was about 4.5 months that people would be on a 3-month. In 2022, I think that's going to bump up to 6, because that's kind of what we've seen from 2021. And if you're on a 7-month plan, or 6-month plan, rather, EFT option, that they were 7 months in 2019, and I think it's going to be 7.5 in 2022. So getting people to stay on their EFTs is incredibly important. Now, that's a whole different webinar about what you do with your employees to help you keep people on those EFTs. Okay, so EFT revenue increase percent. We're looking at in 2021 or 2019, it was about a 53% increase from where we were, kind of matched what the total of EFT revenues were. I think EFT revenues in terms of percent of revenue, EFT percent of total revenue is going to go up probably another 25%. So that's why EFTs are absolutely the king of our business. And spray tan to some degree is the queen of it, but you can't beat EFTs. And then let's look at, here's some other numbers too, the effect on lotions. So we had a 28% increase in 2019 across the system. I don't know yet what it's going to be for 2021 because I don't have people's numbers, all their numbers yet. But in 2022, I see at least an 18% increase in lotions. Lotions, when you increase EFTs and total revenue, lotions never go up to the same degree that EFT does, but the total dollars will go up. And of course, both UV tan and even and spray as well, and lotions, great margin, and that's where you get to pay your bills. Okay, so total revenue increase, we had a 58% increase in from 2019 over 2018, and 2022 it looks like it's going to be another 15 to 20% increase. These are some of the 2021 and 2022 are going to be some of the best years in the history of tanning, and I think there's nothing that's going to trip us up for 2022. It looks like any of the COVID variances are not going to really shut us down. And I will say this to you that are watching this: if you survive through 2020 and really did well in 2021, you already know what you're going to have to do. And matter of fact, I've got a webinar on my YouTube channel about getting ready for COVID. This is back in 2020. I think all of us are kind of prepared. If for some reason one of these variants attacks us and takes us off guard, whatever, I don't think you'll be off guard because you already know what to do with the salons to make sure that you can stay alive and be ready for the rest of the year. Okay, so here's some of the things for New Year kickoff market share burst. These are some of the marketing campaigns that I put together on my plan. The New Year kickoff, the tan tours, what we call membership mania, also Valentine's Day for couples membership. That's early in February, probably be the first week of February if I'm thinking, remember the date. And then of course you got the win a free year of tanning mega promotion is an absolute killer. And we've got people that have done it, and I can give you folks that you can contact with their contact information that'll tell you this really, really works well if you do it right. Okay, so next is an Easter tanning extravaganza. Now, these are just things I'm showing you that come from the plan. These are not all the things. There's not 18 situations that are on here, but lotion exchange opportunities, brides, grads, proms, mom, all of this stuff is part of the plan that we've got. The lotion exchange really works well. That's why I've kind of included it twice. And then your free upgrade weeks. Free upgrade weeks are really, really self-serving for us because when you give someone that's already a member and you give them upgrades, free upgrades for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, it's hard for them to return to the level that they're currently at. So, and of course, there's much, much more. So here's the thing. It's finally time for you to construct your marketing plan for peak 2022. And if you're ready, come and talk to me. You can get a free consultation if you want. Just go to www.johnrfarr.com. And, if you want a list of 40 or 50 clients that we've worked with in the last year or two, I'll give you all of that with all their contact information so you know that I know what the heck I'm talking about. So I'd love to deal with you. I'd love to work with you, get your marketing set for 2022. And it's pretty cheap when you think about what you get out of it. So listen, is it a deal or no deal? Let me know and I'll work with you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.